Having run to and fro in a rage of running for a while, he stood defeated, his cries suppressed into sobs. At little distances on the green grass, he could see, through his filmy eyes, men and women talking. As a child, ran here and there for a while, and he couldn't find his parents. He didn't know what to do, so he stood defeated, and his loud cries turned into sobs. His eyes were filled with tears, and through them, at some distance, he could see men and women talking and laughing. He tried to look intently among the patches of bright yellow clothes, but there was no sign of his father and mother among these people, who seemed to laugh and talk just for the sake of laughing and talking. The word intently means carefully. When the child was looking at the people who were standing on the green grass, they were all dressed in bright color clothes, but he couldn't find his mother and father among these people. All these people who were standing there, they were laughing and talking to each other. He ran quickly again, this time to a shrine to which people seemed to be crowding. Every little inch of space here was congested with men, but he ran through people's legs, his little sob lingering, "Mother, Father." Near the entrance to the temple, however, the crowd became very thick. Men jostled each other, heavy men with flashing murderous eyes and hefty shoulders. The meaning of the word congested is full of. Hefty means large and heavy. Now the child rushed in panic to a shrine which was crowded with people. He tried to make his way through the feet of this crowd, but was knocked down and began crying loudly. The temple was full of people, and there was a huge rush. The men pushed each other. They were men who had flashing murderous eyes, and they were very large and heavy men. The poor child struggled to thrust a way between their feet, but knocked to and fro by the brutal movements. He might have been trampled underfoot had he not shrieked at the highest pitch of his voice, "Father, Mother!" A man in the surging crowd heard his cry, and stooping with great difficulty, lifted him up in his arms. Now you see, children, this poor child, he tried to make his way through the feet of this crowd, but he was knocked down by the harsh and tough movements of the people, and they would have trampled him under the feet if he would have not shrieked at the highest pitch of his voice, "Mother, Father." A man heard his cries and rescued him from being trampled by the people, he bends down and with great difficulty lifts the child up in his arms. How did you get here, child? Whose baby are you? The man asked as he steered clear of the mass. The child wept more bitterly than ever now and only cried, I want my mother, I want my father. The man lifted the little boy in his arm and asked him how had he got there and whose baby he was. The scared child did not answer and he kept crying and saying, I want my mother, I want my father. The man tried to soothe him by taking him to the roundabout. Will you have a ride on the horse? He gently asked as he approached the ring. The child's throat tore into 1,000 shrill sobs and he only shouted, I want my mother, I want my father. The kind and good man tried to soothe the little child and he took him to the roundabout, offering to get him a ride on the horse. But the child did not want anything else and he sobbed loudly and shouted and said, I want my mother, I want my father. The man headed towards the place where the snake charmer still played on the flute to the swaying cobra. Listen to that nice music, child, he pleaded. But the child shut his ears with his fingers and shouted his double-pitched strain. I want my mother, I want my father. The word pleaded means requested. The word double-pitched strain means usage of a lot of force. Now the man, he wanted to make the child quiet. So he takes the inconsolable child to the snake charmer who still played on the flute to the swaying cobra. He asks the child to listen to the nice music, but the child is not ready to listen to anything. So he shuts his ears with his fingers and screams out in a loud voice with a lot of force, I want my father, I want my... The man took him near the balloons, thinking the bright colors of the balloons would distract the child's attention and quieten him. Would you like a rainbow-colored balloon? He persuasively asked. The child turned his eyes from the flying balloons and just sobbed, I want my mother, I want my father. Now the man sees that the child is still crying, he is not becoming quiet. So the man takes him to the stall where the balloons are. He shows the child the bright color balloons and he wants to distract the child's attention and he wants to make him quiet. So he asks the child that, dear child, would you like a rainbow colored balloon? But the child turned his eyes away from the flying balloons and just wept. I want my mother, I want my father. The man, still trying to make the child happy, bore him to the gate where the flower seller sat. Look, can you smell those nice flowers, child? Would you like a garland to put around your neck? The child turned his nose away from the basket and reiterated his sob. I want my mother, I want my father. The word bore means carrot. The word reiterated means repeated. The man, still trying to make the child happy, bore him to the gate where the flower seller sat. He asked the child to smell those nice flowers, and he also asked him that would he like a garland to put around his neck. But the child was not interested in anything. He turned away his nose from the basket and he repeated his sob, I want my mother, I want my father. Thinking to humor his disconsolate charge by a gift of sweets, the man took him to the counter of the sweet shop. What sweets would you like, child? He asked. The child turned his face from the sweet shop and only sobbed, I want my father, I want my mother. The meaning of the word disconsolate is very unhappy and unable to be comforted. Charge means a person or thing entrusted to the care of someone. Now this kind man wants to humor the child who is very unhappy and sad. So he thought of gifting him some sweets, and he takes him to the sweet shop. The man in the counter of the sweet shop asks the child which sweet he would like to eat. But the child turned his face away from the sweet shop and only wept, I want my mother, I want my father. The kind man offered to fulfill all the wishes that the little boy had made to his parents just a little while ago. But the child turned down all the offers. He just wanted his parents and nothing else. The child forgets all about his desires and yearns deeply for his parents when he fails to find them. Everything else loses its significance, and the only thing that matters is his wish to be reunited with his parents. With this, we come to an end of the chapter.